I actually pray to God that this most recent stunt from Lily Phillips is just a joke, because this is starting to get beyond a joke. Now, we all know who Lily Phillips is. She's the one that's trying to chase Bonnie Blue's coattail and is literally like foaming and frothing at the bit, trying to be as successful and as relevant as Bonnie Blue and failing miserably. Now, Bonnie Blue is nothing special, right? She's not someone that should be admired, looked up to, or thought of as a pleasure to society. She's not doing her bit to society. But Lily Phillips is like that awkward cringe. Like, but when Bonnie Blue does something, she goes all in on it. But when Lily Phillips does something, it's because Bonnie Blue's done something and she's just trying to chase the coattail. But Lily Phillips's latest stunt, right, is actually so abhorrent that I desperately pray that this is some kind of sick joke, because I've got a feeling that it might not be, but my lord, I hope it is. So, obviously the last time that we heard about Lily Phillips and she was all over the press, it was because she announced that she was pregnant, right? Shortly after, Bonnie Blue announced that she was pregnant. You can see where we're going with this, right? She later came out about a week later saying, oh yeah, it's just a joke. Shits and gigs. Now, obviously, like, there was a lot of people in the comment section of the video that I made about that saying that that was incredibly insensitive, because there's a lot of people out there that would desperately love to get pregnant, right? Like, they try so hard to get pregnant and just cannot get the luck to do it, and it's something that they desperately crave and would desperately love. When this woman's running around just making an absolute joke out of it, and it is a bit embarrassing and it's quite sad to see. But obviously, these people are desperate for the attention. But the latest thing to come out of these people is to go over to a care home and sleep with the elderly patients. Now, yeah, let's just let that one sink in. So she's put up a string of videos on her social medias of her with apparently her oldest fan, who is 82-year-old and goes by the name of Steve. And she literally posted a video saying, yeah, I connected with my oldest fan on Facebook. He sent me the address. Turns out it's a care home, so I decided I'm going to come here, do him and his friends.
I found my oldest fan via Facebook, and when I asked for his address, he actually sent me the address of a care home. So I'm actually here with him and his friends, and I'm going to show them a good time.
I mean, the best comment that I saw on this was that Bonnie Blue's next move is to go to the morgue. Now, based off of the relationship that these two have got, where they are just trying to outdo each other at any turn, I wouldn't be surprised if necrophilia was the next phase of this entire... They call it challenges. This isn't a challenge. This is just how scummy can you get. But yeah, it's got the internet in absolute uproar, which is actually exactly what these people want. So we are playing into it ultimately. But then she uploaded a string of other videos saying, yeah, age doesn't matter. Size does not matter. I'll do anyone as long as they're breathing. Or in this case, barely breathing.
When I said I don't mind guys any age or any size, I really meant it.
Now, when it comes to the next couple of clips, when she pans the camera from like portrait to landscape, what concerns me the most, right, is obviously like she's talking about sleeping with this Steve, 82-year-old bloke who's like in a care home. But you can see over his shoulder, there is literally a nurse there. There is a nurse there, one of the care staff, stood there with her hand on this guy's shoulder. Now, you can tell she's a nurse because she's wearing what nurses would typically wear in a care home, right? It's almost like the uniforms that doctors would wear, but kind of different colours. And, you know, it's kind of crazy that this person is just going to allow these elderly people, whether they're like, if they're actors, fine, you know, like actors, right? They've been like, I don't know, paid to help with this publicity, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was the case. Something tells me that Lily Phillips isn't actually sleeping with 82-year-olds, but let's imagine that this is the case. This is, to a degree, exploitation, right? And this care staff is like just willing to allow this Steve bloke to be exploited for views, clicks and clout if he's not aware of the situation. Now, obviously he's consenting to be online, so, you know, that I guess there is that whole thought process. But to me, it's absolutely mind-boggling that, you know, Lily Phillips could just walk in there. Like, imagine just like hooking up with an 82-year-old and then just go into the care nurse. Don't worry, I'm just going to film a TikTok. Do you mind just being in the background in case he has a fucking heart attack? Like, Jesus, man. Where are your boundaries?
When I say I don't discriminate when it comes to age, I really meant it.
And then this final clip that she posted to her social media is the one that has seriously got the attention of everyone, as she is talking not only about Steve, the 82-year-old man, her oldest fan, but she's also talking about his friends.
Today I'm at the care home visiting my oldest fan.
Now, the news outlets have gone mental for this, and, you know, places like The Sun, the Daily Mail, obviously got their greasy mitts all over this and states, "Sexploits!" Lily Phillips slammed as she poses with, quote, oldest fan in the latest, quote, vile stunt, but says she's doing her bit for society. This is like when Bonnie Blue went on This Morning and stated that she was sleeping with barely legal teens because it was for educational purposes. Like, what in the bullshit are you talking about? But here we are. So the OF creator who controversially bedded 101 men in just a day is now making the shocking claims about her sex plans with her latest, they've even labelled it, victims. That is crazy. So the article goes on, it shows a bunch of photos of Lily Phillips with, like, these men who are, you know, looking to have a good time, I suppose. But the 24-year-old has revealed that she has found her oldest fan and has even gone to visit him in a care home. Posting to TikTok, the influencer, who has become one of the most controversial women in the UK, shared a short clip that said, "People say OF girls don't do anything for society, but I am wanting to go into a care home to make sure all the old men are taken care of." This is following another clip in the blonde bombshell, who has banked over £2 million, was recently slammed by Bizarre by another model who filmed herself in what she claimed to be a care home. Now, this is completely like, this is just the weirdest thing I think I may have ever seen in my life. Like, not even like just this week, this month, this year, like genuinely in my life. Like, I thought that when Bonnie Blue slept with 1,000 guys in 24 hours, that was the benchmark. When she was talking about barely legal teens, I thought that was, you know, edgy your seat stuff, right? We're edging, like, you know, potential convict here. But now she's talking about bedding 82-year-old men. I mean, like, each to their own, right? But to me, it's clearly exploitation of some capacity of these elderly men. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, like, Lily Phillips as well, in the article, it talks about how Lily Phillips, who previously opened up about receiving death threats and faces potential ban from Airbnb as she used a rental for a sexual stunt without informing the homeowner, then planned the camera to show her followers another older gentleman. To this, she beamed, "So I'm actually here with him and his friends. I'm gonna show them a good time." Like, this is just absolutely bizarre. And if you don't want the smoke, don't cause the fire. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't get upset about, you know, negative comments. And I mean, death threats are way too far. I would never condone that regardless of who you are. But at the same time, like, I don't know, man. This is just so weird. I mean, 2025 is shaping up to be a weird year, and my bingo card is already like, I think if I say this was not on my bingo card one more time, like, then what's the point of even having a bingo card at this point? Because there is so many left field things. Genuinely, I don't know, you don't know what's going to come next, and it is genuinely concerning to think of what comes next. But could you imagine signing on to TikTok and seeing Lily Phillips posing with, like, your granddad or your dad or something? You'd be like, the fuck, granddad? What are you playing at, bro? Like, no. I'd be marching down to that care home and, like, dragging him by the ankles and being like, don't degrade yourself. You've lived a good life. Don't see it out like this. Don't see it out like this. Don't bow to temptation. That's just me, though. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know what you think, and while you're down there, jump to get the hell out of that like button. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.